Welcome to Bourbon Taste-Offs, playoff brackets of the best whiskeys. Join us in our season-long quest to find our tastiest bourbon. Thank you for joining Bourbon Taste-Offs. We're your hosts, Dan, Todd, Josh, and Tyler, and we're at Dan's house. Dan, what's this all about?
I had this theory, and I wanted to do a blind with a whole bunch of people here. I'll reveal the theory in a little while, and so we're doing these 1 versus 2 V versus V, and we have 4 of them. And when we get to the end of it, I'll reveal this theory, and I'll be either way off or right on the money on this theory. So we got people at the house here that are new to bourbon or maybe been into it a year or two, so they have real raw opinions, and we're going to talk to them a little bit as they're coming through the bourbons. They're just right now drinking their first and second glasses, their first versus their second one. You guys have started already. I've already had some of them, so I know what they are. I'm the only person in the room that knows these bourbons and how they're paired up. I've had mine, and I know my favorite of the 2 of them already. So I'm going to let you guys do the talking. Wouldn't be fair for me to give my opinion on these 2 bourbons. You guys got thoughts on the first one?
I have not tried the first one. I wanted to give it a little cheers here. Let's, I don't know, you didn't do your little...
I didn't bring my glass
Your,
over here.
your bottle bond, plastic bottle right there.
You know, to be fair, we opened up with Stag and a couple other bourbons before we even started the podcast today.
Right.
So we had a good run at some good bourbons before we even started.
Knob Creek 12, some RD1 we tried tonight. So
That's the Ambrana.
Right, that we were talking about earlier. Yeah.
A couple heavy
Very good.
hitters.
Yeah, so we had some nice tries tonight. Nice tries. I'll be curious what you guys think about number 1.
I think you did this on purpose. You put them so they're probably approachable, I'm thinking. That's what my first guess would be, because I think it's enjoyable. Oh, yeah. Although, like you said, we started with Stag, which is like 130 proof.
Right.
Yeah, I like it. It's like almost a little bit clear, but then the finish is really nice, really smooth. A little bit of a bite, probably a little bit over 90 proof, but I really like it a lot.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think you're right. I think probably wrong, but I'm thinking between 90 and 100 proof. Yeah.
I think you guys are right.
Yeah.
You guys are right.
Yeah.
Oh,
The pairings, the 1 versus 2, the 3 versus 4, are paired because they're similar.
Okay.
So they're to complement each other.
Got it.
So they're not going to be opposites. That's not fair to me. If you're going to do something and want to pick the better of the 2, you got to kind of pick some stuff that are comparable.
Yeah.
So I believe these 2 are comparable bourbons.
Awesome. So, Dan, I hear bourbon pairs really well with dark chocolate. Did you bring any dark chocolate today? So that we can supplement.
I did.
Oh, do you really?
That reminded me. I did.
I've always
next 4s, I'll bring it out.
Awesome. I always see like in the Milwaukee area they have like bourbon and chocolate tasting.
Sure.
I've never done it, but I've wanted to do it.
You guys tried 2 yet?
I just did.
Now, I will tell you this about 2.
I don't know if it's just because you said chocolate, but I'm tasting chocolate now.
Who did that?
I will tell you this about 2. 2 has won a blind bourbon at my house before. I've had this at my house before, and it has won against some big heavy hitters, and 2 has won. So it wouldn't surprise me if you like 2 better than 1, but that's just part of my.
Yeah.
I want to know what you think blindly.
So for those that are watching it, you can see there's a substantial difference in color between 1 and 2. 2 is kind of that dark mapley, and that 1 is a little bit clearer.
Yeah.
So just,
Yeah, that's a good
little
sign.
bit different.
2's got a lot of flavor, I think.
Yeah, I do. I think so too. And you don't really like. You don't get much finished products.
No.
So, I mean, that gives us a little bit of a tell, knowing that it's probably not finished.
Sure. You know what? I'll tell you that there are no finished products in these 8 that you're going to drink tonight.
Oh, all right.
You know
Cat's
what?
out of the bag, huh?
Yeah.
And there's no rye.
Okay.
There's no rye. I'm not sure if I have a rye in my house. I'm not. I might not. Maybe I do, but I don't.
Is he telling us he doesn't like rice?
I don't think I have a rye in the house.
He
If I
was
do,
saying
I don't
that.
know. If I do, I'm not aware of it. I may have picked one up and like, oh, maybe I'll try it. But I don't think I have a rye in the house. So you guys are done, so we can invite somebody over?
Yeah, bring someone over.
Let's bring someone over.
I'm really trying to decide what the taste profile is for the second one. Like, it looks like it's been aged longer just because of the darkness, but I don't know if I'm getting that wood.
Mike is hot.
Yeah, that's hot.
Yeah. You can hear that cracking.
Yep, that thing's ready to go. So
Let me scoot over
Maybe
here.
that's the one I need to use.
yeah, so anybody in the crowd want to come over and talk about the tasting at all? Sure. We're certainly welcome you to the table and hear some opinions about what we just tasted.
All right.
Oh, it's Becca. We've got actually a headset
for
there
you in
for
a
you.
spot.
All right.
Not
All
the
right.
longest cord, but it should work. Can you hear us okay? Can
I
you
hear you just
yourself?
fine. Yep.
Perfect. Well, then you're being recorded.
Okay, perfect.
Welcome to Bourbon Taste Off. So what are you thinking about the
Thank you.
tasting?
They're both very mild. I would say they're both around 90 proof, maybe. Neither was hot. I feel like option 2 is probably a blend. I was more excited for it looking at it based on the darker color.
Yes.
And that it has more legs when you swirl it in the glass. But I liked number 1 better.
Okay.
And it had some nice, like, it was really, I taste corn, like sweet corn. There's a little fruitiness to it. I struggled to really tell which one it was. I think it's cherry. But
I think you're right.
Okay.
I think it is cherry.
Okay.
Yep. You're good at this.
Thank you.
Man, you're a pro.
Right?
Guys, I'm going to relinquish my seat.
I know. I got to hurry up and think of something
I'm
clever.
trying to figure out, though, what your theory is. And that's where
gonna
I'm
take a
really
little bit of time.
getting
But I will.
thrown off.
I did give the guys a little bit of a hint. There are no ryes here. And
Yeah.
what else did I say? Because I'm not a fan of ryes. And what else did I
No
say?
finished product.
No finished
so
products.
It's not finished in like a port or
Right.
a,
But I worked today, and so I just showed up, and I heard like some of the stuff you tried before, and I'm gonna have to beg for some of them.
Right. So we did have a Knob Creek 12, a Stag.
That's awesome.
An RD1 Brazilian. Was it the Brazilian wood one?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So we tried some pretty nice stuff. And you're welcome to try it. And I think it's all over there or in the back over there.
But your son told me the lineup's there, so I'm trying not to look
Yeah.
that direction. To
No,
try
definitely. You should have whatever
cheat.
you want. Yeah. So in a final vote, which one would you pick?
To number 1.
Number 1. Put her down
Yeah.
for number 1. These guys were all a 2.
Okay.
we didn't
We didn't
yet.
vote yet.
Oh, you didn't vote? Okay.
No.
I thought
Yeah,
you
yeah,
just
yeah.
You're just
suggested.
guessing.
Gotcha.
No, we were just kind of talking about what each one was,
Okay.
what we kind of thought it might be.
No vote yet. Wow.
All right.
Yeah.
I thought the way you were talking, it was pretty
Counting the
obvious,
vote
but-
before it happens.
Gotcha.
Just want to let you know you're, so off from what everybody else picked.
Oh,
Right.
man. You don't even know what
You're
you're
the
talking about.
oddball.
No, but because I know what they are. So, but your comments about them are pretty spot on. Are pretty
I'm
spot on.
excited to find out
Yeah.
what they are.
Yeah.
Number 2 has just a weird taste to it.
I agree.
It's like, it's like they're almost like injected with something. If you think about I don't know what is sweet. Is like an
It's like-
orange or what? I don't know. I can't figure out what it is.
Almost like a flavoring added
Yeah.
or a color added.
And it's sitting right between the taste and the finish. It's like
Yes.
you taste it, it's like sweet, and then the finish happens right after you taste this weird note, and then it disappears.
This is a whiskey, not a bourbon.
What do you think, Tyler?
I like to.
You like 2?
I like to a lot.
Why'd you like it as much?
I think it's got more flavor to me.
Okay.
I would vote for 2. But we can wait till the vote till the very end. We'll get somebody else to come over and get there.
Let me see who
Well, I mean, we
grab.
have, we have
If you
other
wanna come over.
tastings as well. I mean,
Oh yeah.
Talk about him?
yeah, come and
He's a little awkward. He'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
we all are.
Yeah.
To use the headset.
Yep, use the headset. I noticed with Becca, it was a little closer to her mouth, so it got real loud. But that's fine.
No, that's perfect.
But
It actually made it really easy to hear.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
Welcome to the big party. What's
How's
your
it going, everybody?
What's
Good.
your name?
My name's Adam.
Adam.
welcome.
Welcome.
Dan, Tyler, Todd, Josh.
Yep.
What's going on, guys?
Good.
Well, we're here tasting some bourbon.
Yeah.
How about you?
Same.
Good.
Hanging out, trying these different ones. I don't know what
Yeah.
they are, so I'm just trying to pick out stuff I like.
Have you ever been on a podcast before?
No. Never.
Well, it's only our 11th time.
You sound better than us already.
Right.
Right.
We're pros.
So what'd you think about the bourbons?
So I think they're pretty good. They're a lower proof point, probably around the 90-ish area, probably 90, 92 maybe at the highest. The first one is a little bit shorter finish on it. It's lighter color, either less age or it's just a straight up, whiskey through the set, or a lower char on the barrel, one or the other. And then the second one's a little bit darker, a little bit sweeter, a lot more caramel on the front of it. So hopefully, I don't know, it kind of tastes a little bit blended, if anything. So
That's
it's
exactly
kind of
what
one of the
Rebecca
things.
said.
Yep.
And then the second one's got a little more smoke on it, so I don't know where that's necessarily coming from. Sometimes that'll happen if it's like more of a barley malt kind of mash bill on it. That's kind of a thing. But yeah, I don't know. They're both pretty solid. I would rather have number 2 in a cocktail, but I'd drink number 1 straight. Honestly.
Okay.
That'd be.
So if you had to pick one or two, you would pick to drink it straight as that's
As it's being tested.
Yeah.
Yeah. Number 1's more empty, so I'll say that.
Okay. That's the best way to tell.
That's
Believe
the
me,
best way to tell.
that's been the criteria for a lot of our.
Gotcha.
I drank that more.
No.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is a tough choice.
Yeah,
I
it is.
agree.
So I tasted something a little bit different about number 2. You have any insight into what do you think that would be? So
I
you
don't-
said a little caramely, a little smoky. I didn't
Yeah.
get the smoke, but
Smoky. So if you when you try it, and then if you kind of do the was it Kentucky Chew on it a little bit, and then you
Okay.
kind of breathe it through your nose, then you can kind of start pulling out the smoky-ish notes, but almost like a licorice a little bit.
Okay.
Which is kind of different, but.
Can you elaborate what a Kentucky Chew is?
So when you bring before you start getting into your sip or your tasting, you want to just flood your taste buds with whatever you're drinking and bring it all the way across your whole palate, and then breathe in while you're tasting it with your while breathing through your nose, so then you can pick out as many notes and flavors as possible while you're doing it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
yeah.
Awesome.
I know. Look at that. We get little hints and tricks.
I feel
Every person
I
we
feel
talk
like Dan, like just these first 2 guests we brought in after this. We're just getting. This is gonna be the
We're getting
podcast at
schooled.
your house.
Right.
We're gonna have to do this Saturdays, and we're gonna just
Right.
say like, hey, like have a rotating cast come in. The first 2
Right.
guests have been phenomenal.
to. Yeah, they
Right.
have been. Yeah.
More bourbon knowledge than I have.
Right.
What am I even doing here?
Right. Just drop the mic and go.
Yeah. It's a
Exactly.
learning process. This is awesome.
Hey,
Right.
quick question for you. How long have you been in bourbon?
We really got big into it in like 2020.
Okay.
When but I've always loved whiskey. And then when 2020 happened and my wife was off of work, then she was like, hey, we need a hobby. So we started doing cocktails and worked our way through there. And we ended up enjoying just a nice pour of bourbon at the end of the night. And then we started trying different ones and trying to figure out which profiles we like, what mash bills we like, and everything else like that. And then went down to Kentucky last summer. Did like Buffalo Trace, obviously. We did Castle and Key, which is absolutely gorgeous. Woodford Reserve, which is really, really pretty down there. Did tastings there. Old Forester, right downtown in Louisville. And did a bunch of stops there, and we've really been big into finding cool bottles and fun stuff. So every time we see one, it's really hard not to pick it up. So yeah, that's so probably at least for
4
years, and then a little bit longer than that for me. But yeah,
That's awesome.
I mean, for a Wisconsinite to find a hobby in drinking, I mean, you
I
did
know,
it- you did
weird,
it right.
right?
Right.
Very unusual.
Yeah.
Very unusual.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
awesome.
let's come to a decision on this because we have a lot more to drink tonight. We've
Okay.
got
Awesome.
we're gonna try to get this night's entertainment and tastings. Try to get 2 episodes out of this, and we've
What-
got 8 to taste.
Right. Why don't we, do you want to get a consensus from them if they have a 1 or a 2? So just so we'll have a tally?
Sure, but do we want to make a decision now
Oh,
between us?
yeah, sure. I just want to hear what they have to say as part of the
For
vote.
sure, for sure.
Right.
I guess if I had to choose, I would agree that I would pick 1 to drink neat. That I compared the 2 of them, and I would gravitate to that one before I would go to number 2.
You'll have to give me one more second. I'm still deciding.
That's fine because I think you're the tiebreaker, right?
Yeah, because I like 2.
You did 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
think
did
2 would
1.
be better in a cocktail for sure, like a Manhattan or like
Yeah.
an old fashioned with some walnut bitters or a little bit of orange rind in there.
Yeah.
Really, I think I'd really sing in that, but like straight up, I think 1's
Yeah.
better.
And even some like a mint julep, I think would be delicious
yeah.
because you get that little bit of mint
Yeah.
in there too with that.
Yeah.
Yep. Or any kind of berry smash, I think would be
Sure.
really
Yeah.
big on that.
So I'm gonna. I I think I just never got over that licorice taste potentially, whatever that was. So
I think that might be what it is.
so don't know what it is. I really like it. If it wasn't for that taste, I would be on 2 all in. But for me, I landed in 1.
No.
All right,
I,
there
I
we
was
go.
I was a 2.
Woo!
Ooh, all right.
Unfortunately, you weren't part of the vote.
All right. So hey, let's capture what the audience thought.
Yeah, let's do that.
Absolutely. Hey, Tyler, 1 or 2? Connor? I'm going to go 2. 2? Fred? 2. What? So what did?
And Becca, you said 1. So we're tied over there so far. We got a tiebreaker.
He's a
He's a beer drinker.
Oh.
He was a beer drinker.
So it's wow, dang, this is almost a dead heat tie.
So it was just.
So it's tie on that side. You 2 picked 2.
Two,
We picked
1.
You were the tiebreaker. It was 1 then.
Yeah.
So 1
by
wins
one
by 1.
by
By
one
one.
vote. Number 1 took it by. I picked 1.
So how many people we got here? 5 at the table.
Okay.
9 people.
So by 1.
So 4 and 4 with the tiebreaker are guest of the hour.
Yeah.
So awesome.
Very cool. Very cool. Let me get the next group together then.
Now we're going on to glass number 3. We don't have glass 4 in front of us. Why is that, Dan? We don't want to.
No reason. Otherwise, I just wanted to sit down and start drinking a little bit of this. Okay. no real reason. But
to get to it,
I
huh?
just wanted to get drinking on one of them. I can get up in a second, or have one of those guys start showing them back out to us.
I think Dan was having a hard time sitting there without a bourbon in front of him.
I was, quite honestly. I drank the other 2, and I was.
I mean, Dan's a pretty easy-going, patient guy, but man, I saw you squirming a little bit.
I was getting a little tweaky. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. So what do you guys think about this one?
I'll start out with the smell. It smells great.
The smell is really buttery, caramely, like just soft. Very, like it makes you just like you smell it and you're like, oh my god, I want to taste this right now. Like, and now I just had a sip. This I think might win it.
Yeah, I'd say the smell and the taste are similar. It's a little lighter than the smell though. The smell is a little bit more, to your point, buttery, and the taste is a little lighter.
Yeah.
But really good. Really good.
I get a lot of mint.
Mint.
Okay.
Let me try that again.
You got mint over there? We're getting mint from the end, yeah.
That's interesting. There's like a refreshing aspect to it. Like you take a sip and it's like refreshing.
Like you just spit out your mouthwash. You're like, oh.
I don't think they want that in the commercial. Commercial.
Welcome to Buffalo Trace Distillery. It tastes like mouthwash.
Right.
That is so light too.
This is really good, Dan.
You like this one?
I don't. What is your theme?
Right?
What is Dan's theme? Hey guys.
These are just all bourbons he enjoys.
That's true.
Well,
These are all bourbons that I enjoy.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. These are all bourbons that I enjoy. I said I've had all these bourbons before. I like them all.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any bad bourbons here tonight.
Yeah, and Dan has definitely made it a point to say that he does not want to give the theme away until the end of the tasting. He
I
wants it to
have
be-
a theory about something,
Okay.
and I just want to see if we can
You
prove
want to
it
see
out.
if it comes to fruition.
Right. See if it proves out just when we're talking about, simple people getting together and drinking some bourbons.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tyler, thoughts on it?
Who's the simple people?
Me. Connor, you want to come over for a second?
Yeah. So welcome. Tell us who you are, what you're about, why are you here?
I'm Connor. He's my dad.
Nice.
Connor's one of my twins. Connor, how long have you been drinking bourbon?
4 years.
4 years? Connor's only 22.
okay. I thought he was like, hey, the answer I tell my dad or the answer I tell my friends.
No, it'd been, he would have gave it to me, so it'd been him.
All right.
Did you ever have bourbon before our house?
No.
Just like what, junky whiskey or?
Yeah, trash whiskey you get for free or from somebody else.
Right. You stole from somebody's house or something?
Windsor, have you had that?
No.
That was my college whiskey of choice.
I mean, I'm kind of privileged, so I haven't gone that low.
Right.
Say that.
I
Is
bought.
he who you were talking about when he was like, my son has never really, he never really tastes, or has a chance to taste all the lower quality whiskey.
And he was the one that I gave the Knob Creek bacon one to, and he's like, "Oh, that's horrible too, Dad." And then he gave it to one of his friends, and he chugged it down. It was just horrible.
And he put it with like Dr. Pepper and drank it.
Just horrible. So, what did you think about 3?
I liked it a lot.
Like 3 a lot. You drank it pretty quick, eh?
Yeah.
And, well, you're the only one that has 4 now, so we've all liked 3, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay. So you're the only one that has 4 right now. What are you thinking about 4 before you get up?
I haven't sipped it yet.
Oh, okay. All right.
Why'd you like 3 so much?
I mean, I like smooth types of bourbon more, like to where it's not a lot of heat, but also a lot of flavor.
Okay.
So I kind of like that one more. I think I liked it the best out of 1 and 2 before, and then
So you would say 3 is by far has been your best.
my favorite. I think it reminds me of like my favorite bourbon is Weller 12 year.
Okay.
So I kind of reminded me more of.
I've never had Weller 12 year.
Funny, a 22-year-old's able to speak about Weller 12-year.
Connor's had Pappy before.
Hey, they're paying college kids a lot more than they did when I was in college.
Yeah, he was 10. He was 10 when they bottled or barreled it.
I was doing 10-cent tappers of.
Right. And he has a girlfriend that has a dad who's at the bourbon, and he won a bottle of Pappy and kind of went over there and tried the Pappy bottle.
That's
Very
awesome.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah.
So Tyler tasted some mint in number 3. Did you taste any other alternative flavor in that previous one?
I don't know if I got any mint.
Do you want a refresher?
I could.
The viscosity, I think, is maybe why it tastes so light. Maybe it's not as creamy, oily. It's almost just a.
Do you mind handing everybody else their 4? I think we need 1, 2, 3, 4 over here.
Yeah, I really do like 3. I do think it's a better than 1 or 2 so far.
Something's gonna have to
Thank you very much.
stand out to beat this one to me.
I do 1. He has 4 already. So just me and Tyler have 1.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, cheers, guys.
Yeah.
Dan, I didn't get to cheers you before because you had a water.
That's right.
Look at these generous pours.
Abstaining.
Sorry.
Like,
This is a tasting, although it is a party as well.
I did mean to do smaller pours this year. I did.
You know, this is kind of interesting there. Number 4 is actually just a little darker, but not much darker than number 3. It wasn't for the previous one that we did. Is 1 was definitely lighter than
and it still
2.
took the win.
Took the win, yeah.
It's not always the darker wins.
What do you guys think of 4?
Wow.
Smells a little stronger, not as buttery.
Did you try 4 yet? Which? Yeah. Yeah. And actually, Todd, we've had 4 before, and butterscotch was the note that came up before too. It was a note before.
Yeah, I can definitely taste that nougaty nugget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you like
Yep.
4, Connor?
I like it a lot.
Better than 3? Or 3 better?
I think I like 3 better, but it's pretty.
3 was really
close.
approachable. 3 was real approachable,
It's
wasn't
pretty
it?
close.
Yeah.
4 is pretty good, isn't it?
It's almost like judging homemade vanilla versus butter pecan ice cream to me. It's
Right.
it's still ice cream. It's still really delicious.
Right.
But what are you in the mood for? What's
Right.
your
Right.
preference right now?
Right.
I think 4 was a little flatter for me.
Okay.
It does taste a little flat. I agree with you.
3 was consistent, pretty
Yeah.
strong through, soft, smooth.
And really subtle complexities,
Right.
layers.
4
you
doesn't
know?
have much finish at all.
No.
It sips, and you could drink it all night, but it doesn't have a lot of heat on it.
Yeah, it's that wash of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing bad here at all. But 3 has a little more to it.
So yeah, I think I know what I'm gonna pick. Do we want to bring in someone else? See what their opinion is, or
Yeah. Yeah.
Welcome.
So,
First of all,
welcome
welcome
to
to the podcast.
Tyler's my oldest son.
Okay.
Tyler is probably a big influence on why I started drinking bourbon. I told the guys that I started drinking bourbon a lot when beer was too much. I was urinating too much in the middle of the night, getting up to pee. and I was starting to drink some harder liquors. I drank Scotch before. I would drink Tanqueray and tonics or something like that.
Oh, that's actually pretty good, especially during the summer.
Right, but Tyler was a bourbon drinker, and then I started drinking more with him. And so he's probably a pretty big influence on me drinking bourbon.
I recall that story actually of
Yeah.
him coming to you and saying, "What? Try this." You know, it's,
Right. And we did the bourbon when he moved back from South Carolina. I flew down there, and then we did the bourbon trail on the way home.
Do you remember by chance what the first bourbon you had him taste?
No, I have no idea.
You don't
I couldn't
remember?
tell you.
Okay, you don't recall.
What were you drinking back then? Do you remember what was like kind of what you started out drinking?
It was all Jack and Coke at first, and then it just kind of a lot less Coke.
Right.
And a lot more Jack.
Yeah.
And
think
so you were just drinking Jack on the Rocks then?
I think a lot of it was a lot of Bullet. I think it started out.
Okay.
A lot of
No, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a substantially different flavor between Jack and Bullet.
Yeah,
How'd you make that switch? You just did?
I think I saw it on Yellowstone actually. And I was
Okay.
like, I'll give it a go, and it was super drinkable, and I think that's what my palate is at now, is nothing sophisticated. I like 4.
You
I
like
think
4?
4 is, like I said, it's nothing sophisticated whatsoever. I just go off drinkability and what I can see myself having every day.
Did you like 3?
3 was very good. I thought
Just
3
like
was
4
very
better.
good. I think it had a little bit more spice to it, a little more heat to it. But I think 4 is a little bit more mellowed down, still has the flavor, and I could drink it.
And we
day,
all
every
said
day.
4 was very drinkable. I mean, it was,
Yeah.
but we all thought 4 was just a little flat, just like it didn't have the pop that 3 had. At the table here, when we were talking about it, we just thought 3 had a little more, something more to it.
Sure. My opinion might not be the opinion for the.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
Community
quick
or
question
whatever.
for you. On the previous 2, which one did you pick, 1 or 2?
1.
All right.
Yeah, I picked
Cool.
1.
So you picked the winner.
I thought they were tied.
No, there was a 9.
Yeah.
No,
So we picked
it
1.
was tied on that side of the room, and then
Oh, okay.
there was
It was
one.
5-4.
Yeah.
It was
Okay.
9 of us.
Gotcha.
So
And you
yeah.
picked 1 on the other one?
Yep.
Okay.
Hmm.
So
Interesting.
you picked 1, but you picked 2. Mm-hmm. And Connor picked 2. Yeah.
Right. Yep.
Yep.
Ah, house divided.
Yeah.
And I think on this one, I think I'm going to pick 3 versus 4.
All right.
I think I'm going to pick 3. And you're a 4 on this one. So we're on the opposite ends of what we're picking here.
Man, so you guys make great drinking buddies. You're like, I don't like this. You just hand it over to your son, or he doesn't like it, just
That
hands it over to
happens.
you.
That totally happens.
I mean, it's like, man, your best friend, you just take him to a bar. You're like,
I wouldn't be surprised
let's
if
switch.
half the bottles he has at his house are half empties that I've given him and said, "Oh, I don't like this much.
Right.
Do you want this?"
Yeah, that's awesome.
100% true.
Yeah, I'm just like, this is not me, you know. And you like spicier stuff a little bit more than I do, right? You like stuff that has a little more cinnamon flavor. Maybe
No, I think it's the opposite. I think
Really? I don't like rye
I think
at
he's
all.
trying to tell if you like rye whiskeys or not.
I'm not a big rye guy.
Not rye either. Okay. Okay.
I think the only one on rye is that I've been able to drink straight is the Sazerac.
Oh,
Sazerac
that's a damn good one.
That is.
See, I think it's the only one that I've been able to drink straight, and
$35 and you can just drink that all day.
Right.
It's a really good one.
yeah.
I don't think I've ever had it.
I think they're a little more expensive now, though.
Depends where you find it.
Yeah. Oh, no, true.
Is it $35 at the distillery?
Was it really? Okay.
Interesting.
Awesome. Well,
We ready for a vote?
yeah, Tyler, we haven't heard from you in a while. How you doing over there?
I'm going 3.
Oh, all right. What's the word? Why?
I like the mint.
Okay.
Big mint guy.
Yeah.
I agree the 4 was flat. Not a fan of that.
All right.
So you didn't like it, or just 3 was better than 4?
I like the smell. I didn't like the taste.
Okay. All right. So it was 5-4-1 on the last one, and at the table here, you're Josh. You're what?
I'm a 3.
I'm a 3 as well.
3.
3.
4.
Becca. 3. 3. 3. Fred. 3.
Wow, I'm lonely.
So
lonely
8.
one out.
8
Lone
1.
wolf.
8 1.
I'm the only one out.
8 1.
Wow.
8 1.
This is why I don't belong at the table.
Oh no, it's fine.
This is
Again, this
absolutely
is all preference. But before you leave, I want to ask if anybody else at the table has had an experience like you have, as far as wanting to try a bourbon just because you saw it like on a show, where like you were influenced by it. Like me personally, I watched Billions. It was a show where they would have Michter's on there, and I was like, oh, I want to try Michter's, you know. And so then I went to Michter's to try it, and it's delicious. And I just was curious if anybody else at the table has ever had that experience where you're watching a show and they're drinking. You're like, oh, I've never had that. I want to try that.
I think we've done Yellowstone before because there was a time where you couldn't get Yellowstone when that show was popular. It was selling out everywhere.
Yeah.
So Yellowstone clearly, and I'm a big Yellowstone fan. I like Yellowstone.
There are people that don't even realize that bourbon was before the show.
Predated it.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah. All right.
How about you,
good job.
Josh? Anything?
Yeah, there was one bourbon or one whiskey, Dimple Pinch or something like that. I'd have to look it back up. But that was suggested to me because it had been on a show. And then kind of after I got into bourbon, you realize Blanton's is on every movie, every show prior, like for a while. John Wick had it. So quite a few just has Blanton's. It's like that recognizable.
Yeah, clearly the best bottle out there, right? How do you beat it for a marketing idea?
Right.
Visually, not taste-wise, right? Just so we're going to be on the same page.
Just in a marketing sense.
Right. Yeah, and that was Elmer T. Lee that decided, let's take these, honey barrels and let's market it out there as a single barrel product, even though it was a Blanton's.
Right.
But Elmer T. Lee came up with the idea of actually mass producing it like that. So
Very
it's
cool.
Very cool.
All right, let me get to the next setup for us.
All right. We are drinking
1 versus 3.
1 versus 3, and I said 3 was delicious. What one is this?
1.
Oh, no.
Okay. So now we are going to come in.
I remember coming in and being like, this is so mild. This is very easy drinking, very chill, very relaxed. Like, it's got a little bit of something, but for the most part, it's just...
You're right on the money. When
No.
you find out what it is, you'll be like, oh, yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Easy drinking.
This was the first drink of the night. And
Yes.
Some of us came in without any pre-warmer, and others came in warmed up.
Yeah, 1 is good.
No, it's not bad, but like I said, real mild, real easy.
Yeah,
Like
I think Dan had I'm sorry to interrupt, but I think Dan had a theory of, to me, it was like start low, build up, and I might be so wrong, but if this is number 1, which it is, I think you're right that it starts out real mellow and just gentle, like start.
Yeah.
Low proof,
You're right about all that.
no punch you in the face, no pow right in the kisser.
I was surprised this beat 2. I would have bet $100 that 2 would have won when we did this 1 versus 2.
Oh,
I would have thought 2 would have won.
So we're
is
moving on
3.
to 3.
yeah.
So good.
Yeah. If I recall correctly, which, we've had a few, I think I remember saying that this one is going to beat them all.
Yes,
You
that's
did.
what you said.
Yeah. And I just need to be quiet now and let you guys...
Do you still think 3 is the best bourbon of the night?
Well, I'm going off of episodes right now.
Okay.
So out of this episode, which... Yeah, it's been a journey tonight, and there's been a lot of tastings, and we've kind of gone back and forth, and like the editing is going to be what it is. But from the taste-offs of this episode, this one I called it, and I think it still holds true. I think I was right calling it. I might be proven wrong when you guys all weigh in, but I think I picked the winner. I picked number 3.
So it's funny going back and forth between these all. So I'm getting like a big red cinnamon flavor off of this.
Off of 3 or 1?
3.
Really?
Are you getting that? Is anyone getting
I get that butterscotch flavor.
You're not getting a like cinnamon gum flavor.
Oh, now I do. Now that you
get
say
it.
that.
I get it eventually, but
I
I
didn't
think the
pick
first
It's
it
on the
out.
finish.
Yeah.
It's not on the nose.
Yeah.
Barely on the palate, but on the finish you get
Isn't it
that.
interesting? Sometimes you don't know what you're
You didn't
tasting
catch
until
that.
someone else says something.
That too.
Yeah.
But you don't catch it the first time.
I didn't.
But now coming back into it, I'm getting that.
No, that's a good point. I do kind of get that, which I kind of wish I didn't because I'm not a huge fan of Big Red. but I liked the
I liked it before you said
yeah,
that.
I did, kind of. Like I liked the sweet wash and the spice, which I didn't realize was a big red spice.
Right.
But now that you say it, it is a big red kind of spice.
It's a candy more than the spice
Sure.
itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's quiet. I'm so ready to hear what he has to say.
I think 3's better, even though it does have that little more
Better than
heat.
1?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think it's my bourbon of the night if we want to combine all the choices. But it's better than 1. And one's really good, but it's just got a little more. It's got a little more, especially because we've been drinking all night, so it's hitting
fact
the mouth
that
a
it's
little more.
still showing-
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about the big red part about it, but it's got definitely more finish to it. It's still popping on my tongue right now. It's just got more there. Nothing wrong with 1. 1's fantastic.
Yeah.
3's a little more.
And if you think like another one episode from this night, you can take it. Like it could be the weekly winner of that episode,
Absolutely.
where it's gonna match off against this anyway. So it's like,
Right.
the cream
Right.
rises to the top.
Right.
So I mean, I don't want to take words away from other people. I'm not saying that that's what's gonna win. But I'm just adding extra commentary to what you were talking
3
about.
beats 1. Should we ask the
Well, I mean,
room?
we have 2 people here that have not said anything yet about this tasting at this table.
What should we say?
3's taking the crown for me.
Oh, why?
I still get the mint.
Oh, I
The
forgot
mint
about that. The minty.
Yeah, the mint aspect. I still get that.
It's the easy 3 for me.
Yeah.
Easy. Like Sunday morning. Very, very good.
You and the Commodores.
Sunday morning rain is falling.
Oh my God, that was actually good.
Thank you.
I'm sorry I didn't just
Karaoke.
expect that from you.
Karaoke episode 14.
Well, he went with easy like Sunday morning, but my brain went.
I know, but
there.
yours actually sounded good.
You didn't compliment mine?
So we have a
well,
winner, guys.
Tyler Peterson.
So we got a winner.
Nice.
3-3.
Three wins. I can't wait to see these bottles. This reveal is ridiculous.
Which one did I call a
Put them
blend?
in the order, damn it. Okay.
Yeah,
one
which
Buffalo.
one's one?
We have no idea. We did 2 episodes in one night, and we've got like a 1910, a E.H. Taylor, a Blanton's, a Buffalo
Individual,
Trace,
7,
Michter's, Bullet,
7.
Eagle Rare,
7.
4 Roses Single Barrel.
Right.
6 red.
So the theme for tonight was many times when I start talking bourbon with people, they want all of these trace products. They want a Blanton's, they want an Eagle Rare, and I'll be like, well, I know something that I can get you at the liquor store today that tastes better than that. And so my theme was products that compare to Buffalo Trace products that you can find in your liquor store every day that are comparable to that product. So it did not pan out. It was close, but Buffalo Trace did beat Michter's, which I'm shocked at.
Dad, I'm surprised too.
I'm shocked at.
I'm a
I thought
Trace
Michter's would
fan.
win. It was close. It was 5-4, right?
This is 1-2.
1-2. So that just in the one just won again.
That is surprising. Wow.
So
I love Buffalo.
I know you
and
2 bottles. It's fine.
the 3-4. How did that come out in the vote?
3.
That was 8-1.
I said 3 was going to take it all.
But that's Bullet, correct?
right. Bullet 10.
No,
So
this
no.
is 3.
3.
Yeah.
Is-
And 4 is the Bullet 10, which we always Bullet 10 has done very well before.
Fantastic.
Right.
Yeah.
Great
But
product.
Blanton's took the first 3. Or
Right.
for the first 4.
Yeah.
Right.
I knew I was a Blanton's fan.
Unanimous. Well, Dan, I am really, if anything, appreciative of your generosity in setting this up.
Oh,
And then even of being willing to bring us on this experiment.
I just want to say thank you so much for joining us on this experiment. I mean, Dan, thank you so much for
No,
inviting
good
all
time.
of us and
Good-
allowing
good
us
time.
all to participate. Because we, not only the people in front of the camera, but we had people outside of the camera that threw in their voice. And I think it's pretty cool that we all got to vote. It wasn't a 3 versus
There's a lot of
1
close votes.
or a 2 versus 1. It was 9 people, 15 people. It was all of us kind of coming together to make a decision on what we thought was the best. So thank you so much for joining us. Make sure you like and subscribe, and please join us on the next episode.